Last night it dropped below freezing, so I poured some antifreeze in the coolant system and ran it for a bit. And while I was running it, the engine started missing and I completely lost cylinder number 1. I had spark for it because when I checked it, when I pulled off the spark plug wire doing a power balance test, nothing happened, and I know I had spark because I got shocked while I was doing that a couple of times. So I know I'm getting spark to number 1, but it just was not firing for some reason. Hopefully it was something with the carburetor maybe, because it was pretty cold and I don't have the carb heater on this carburetor. It was in the mid to low 30s. So I'm going to try and start it. The battery's dead and the battery charger is dead, so I have to start with the hand crank. There we go. That was a lot easier than I expected. Doesn't sound all that great. Cylinder number 1 still not firing. I got some smoke coming out from the hole in my floor, but I believe that's from the exhaust leak. Got a pretty bad exhaust leak where the downpipe meets the exhaust manifold. Not very well sealing, so I'm going to turn the car off and run through and see what the compression all feels like. Got the ignition off, so it's not going to fire on me. Okay, that was easy. That one's got a bit of more compression. Compression. 3. For some reason they all feel like they got 2, decent compression. 3, 4. Oh no, I guess the next thing would be to try and pull the spark plug. Let's see what's up with that. Trying to use my impact just to make short work of it, to remove it anyways. I'll be installing it by hand, of course. Don't want to snap a spark plug off. Did that on the other engine and well, it hasn't been solved yet. The right socket. Of course, can't get in there. Here goes for hand tools. And getting the camera to stay lined up. I'll lift up the bonnet so I've got more room to work. There we go. No, there was a bunch of oil down in the bottom from when I had the leaky rocker cover gasket on there. Never cleaned that out, so that's why there's all that oil. But it looks like there's pretty bad oil fouling inside. I don't know if you can see how black the top of that is. There we go. Yeah, you can see how black that is. I don't know. Probably should have cleaned that oil out of there before I pulled the plug out. Unfortunately, since my battery's flat, in order to see if the spark plug's even firing, I'll have to start it. You know what, I'm just going to try cleaning that up and sticking her back in and seeing what happens. I don't feel comfortable starting the engine with the one cylinder uncorked. I feel like that's just asking for trouble. I cleaned up the spark plug just using some paper towel. Gap looks like it may have gotten a bit bigger, a little worn, but I'm not sure. I don't have any feeler gauges or the gap spark plug gap tool thingy to check that. So right now I'm just gonna plug her back in and see what happens. How much of this you'll be able to see, but I'm just like threading it in by hand. Put the socket on it. Get that in there until it's starting to get a little tight. Put the wrench on it. Set the wrench to tighten. And I'm just going to make her snug. Plug wire back on. Let's try and start her up. Nope, not doing what I'd like it to. That's smoking. Huh. Oh, hello. Looks like I got a coolant leak up there. My gear hose. Looks like that'll have to get changed out. Great. Well, she ain't doing any better. And my fuel gauge has gone bonkers again. It's the balance resistor. I'll probably end up pulling that out and making a video out of that. So, of course, the list starts getting longer and daylight gets shorter. Great. What I've done now is I've got a spark plug that was in my box of goodies that came with the vehicle, spare parts and whatnot. Got the cleanest one I could find. Still pretty carboned up, but looks a little bit in better shape than when I pulled out of the engine. Clean this up with some paper towel. I might as well just stick her in and see if she runs a little better. they're both Champion spark plugs. A little bit different on the bottom, but they'll thread in the same. So, you know what, I'm going to clean up that oil in that hole there before I install the new one. Looks like I got most of that cleaned up. Let's put the new one in. Or new to the engine anyways. Good and tight. Put the wire back on. Cross our fingers, turn on the ignition, give her a crank. Sounds a little better. Oh yeah. That plug must have been toast. Loud as frick because of that exhaust leak, but so I guess I gotta go through and replace all the plugs now. Coolio. Glad it was that and nothing worse. Awesome, so I think I'll make that a short little video. Sweet. Well, I'm happy about that. Well, I guess that'll be a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. See you later. See you on the next one. Focus. Focus on me.